Go.
Hey guys, I'm Chef D Max. I'm in my kitchen with my daughter Lila. Say hello.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Lila.
All right, today we're gonna make Lila's favorite thing, which is Spam Musubi. I don't know, why do you like it so much?
It's everything about it. It's like a childhood thing, and also just the flavors work perfectly together, and we're pretty much the best sushi rice makers in Florida, so...
That's a brave statement, but she definitely touts herself as a sushi rice expert. She's worked all these poke places around town.
Oh, yeah.
She's hot stuff. And we're gonna see it right here, so stay with me. Click subscribe if you're not doing that already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and ring that bell, and I'll send you up things coming up.
Also, guys, subscribe to my channel, Lila.max. I need more subscribers than my dad, so...
Right now I got her beat, so it's pretty good. Thanks you guys for being out there. All right, so we'll see you back in a second with Spam Musubi. Okay guys, we're back now and we're gonna make this rice. The rice is the most important part, right Lila? So, and that's the part that's kind of hard to make. We have some really great sushi rice. So what have you done here? Tell me a little bit about how do you start this rice?
So it's super important that you go ahead and soak the rice for an hour. It needs to be an hour at least to really just get, especially like the excess, what would you say, Dad?
The starch out of there, yeah, at least an hour. And what we've done is when you're in the beginning, before you let it soak for an hour, you're running cold water in it right out of the bag. And yeah, just gently, right? You don't want to break the rice kernels up. You want to treat them very gently. You want to buy really good, high quality sushi rice, whether you buy it online or you buy it from your local like Japanese store. If you don't have that, you can go online and get really high quality ones. And I'll have some down in the description below. You guys can see what we use. And with this, most of the cloudiness is gone and you see just this beautiful rice in there. And at this point, we're gonna strain it. So I'm gonna strain it in here.
And it's normal for there to still be some cloudiness because that's going to come with anything that's really starchy. But as long as you rinse it out in cold water and then you just leave it to kind of just strain for 15 minutes, after massaging it, you'll get all the excess water out and then you'll be ready for the boiling process.
Exactly, and this too, even on the straining process, you think, okay, I've strained my rice, it's drained. But it's not really. You're gonna see, I'm gonna strain this, we're gonna strain this for about 15 minutes and then we'll be back and I'm gonna show you how much water's in there.
Boom.
Okay guys, so we're back after 15 minutes and I've got the rice here, it's all drip dry. You can see how much water's in there. There's probably, maybe a quarter cup. So now, with this kind of rice, you want 1-to-1 ratio. So that's 2 cups of rice. We want 2 cups of water, right? We don't want 2 cups and a quarter cup of water, right? So like you see how much water that was? So to really let it drain for 15 minutes is super important for you to get this perfect rice ratio. And that's what is gonna make the rice, it's gonna taste the perfect kind of softness and consistency, right? How many times do you go to sushi places and the rice is just mushy? And that's the worst.
So mushy. You don't want watery rice.
Yeah.
That's what you get a lot because there's not the correct ratio and a lot of people just stick by that. But you don't want a super soft rice. You want it to be like foundation for whatever you're going to pair with it. So.
Exactly. So why don't you measure out the water now, Lila? We're going to do 2 cups of exact measurement of water. So she's got 1 there. And 2, that's perfect. Now when I make that flat here, you can see it just barely covers the rice, okay? With this now I've got konbu. The konbu you can buy online as well, or you can buy this in your Asian grocery store at home. And it basically is just a dried seaweed, all right? So I just wipe you can wipe any dust off it. You don't really want to rinse it off with water because it's got a lot of flavor on it from the sea, whether it's salt, it just has that flavor on there. So in here, I'm just gonna lay it right on top. Now I don't bury it in there because just steaming it in here is gonna give beautiful flavor. The rice itself, I don't wanna bury it in the rice and then have some of the rice not cook right because it's this konbu's in the way. But at this point, we're going to stick this on our stovetop. We're going to bring this to a boil. We're going to turn it down to a simmer. Once it comes to a simmering boil, put the lid on it, and you set your timer for 15 minutes. Okay, and we turn it really low. We have the lowest setting. We let it simmer for 15 minutes, and we're going to show you what that looks like after 15 minutes. If you have a rice cooker at home, you can put it in your rice cooker and cook it like that. So we'll see you back in 15 minutes. Obviously, the texture of Spam out of the can is just like pureed meat like this. It's probably not very appetizing, right?
Not very appetizing, probably not that good for you. It's probably just, you know.
But it's so good when it's sauteed up, right?
With some eel sauce.
With some eel sauce, woo! So we're gonna take this and we're gonna cut this like this. And so I want it to be, oh, there's our timer for the rice.
Okay, so
that's
rice
perfect.
off.
So you're gonna take the rice off, and I've got all of my musubi cut there, so you can see it, right? Beautiful.
Here's the beautiful rice that
All
we're
right,
gonna...
let's put it right here, so you can see it from above here. Put it right there. Yeah. So here you can see our rice is there, and then I'm gonna take out the konbu, and then Lila's gonna go ahead and put it in. We use a wood bowl. That's very traditional to move the rice into a wood bowl. You want to use a rub here. Want me to carry this because it's kind of heavy and hot. Okay, and you get that out. So. It's like, look at the texture is beautiful, right?
And I'd like to add that a lot of people actually in sushi restaurants don't add the right amount of rice wine vinegar at all. So the rice ends, even if it's cooked perfectly, ends up tasting really bland.
Well, like if you taste it now, it's got good texture, but it's bland.
Okay.
Right?
And that's how a lot of sushi rice at restaurants is.
Right. They don't season it right. They'll just put some vinegar on it, and that's not right either.
It needs to be doused in vinegar.
So here's our sushi vinegar. Now, while we're waiting for our sushi vinegar,
we're leaking this recipe. This is like famous.
So good, right? Just she's gonna keep just tossing it like this, and I'm gonna like fan it. And I just have grapeseed oil because I think that's a nice clean oil to use, right? And then with this, we're gonna put our musubi, or not our musubi, but our Spam in here, really gently, like this. And oh, look at that! It fits the whole piece in there. The sushi vinegar. I'm gonna put a couple tablespoons in to start, or maybe like 3 actually. 2 cups of rice. 4. Probably gonna be right where it needs to be, but I was better to go last and taste it, right? So
it's never too much though.
So she's gonna keep folding it around in there and doing that. So the rice vinegar, let me tell you about that. I'll have the recipe down below. Our Spam now has got a good sear on that side. This is also the other key to the Spam, in my opinion. We're putting this sweet soy, or you can use eel sauce. It's very similar to the same thing. It's basically soy reduced down with molasses in it or sugar in it.
Definitely not healthy, but.
Now, why would you not coat it with that in the beginning? Why would you not coat it with that in the beginning?
Maybe it would make the char like, I don't know.
Why?
Like.
Good question, right?
The texture.
No, it would burn. Like you can see right now, I'm turning this off because that is so much sugar.
The molasses. Would
yes.
Like.
There's so much sugar in this that it would literally burn that Spam badly, and you would never get that sear or crunch on there.
For breakfast, and that's my favorite meal, is when you save this and you fry an egg on top. That is the best with some chili oil.
Ooh, that does sound good.
If you have extra, make sure to wrap it all up and use it for breakfast. Because it's literally like the best thing.
It's the best, right? Okay, guys, so we've got the cutting board cleaned up here a little bit, and I'm gonna let Lila. Why don't you take some warm water in your hands there, Lila, and you're gonna take and form a little bit of that rice. Don't dry them off too much. You need to dry them off after, because you want your hands warm so they don't stick, right?
Yeah, let's try
so let's try that again. That's for after you're done. Okay. So then don't add too much water to the rice. But you just want to basically have your hands damp. When you do that, look what happens. She can form this into a flat, long piece. So you want to make it look like the thing.
Good.
So but you got to compact it good. While she does that, I'm going to take a little torch here and toast it just a little bit. And what that does, if you have a burner at home, you can just do it above the burner. Literally 30 seconds on each side, not 3 seconds on each side, just so it dries it like that. Now, we're going to cut it into long strips, right? Like this. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put down, you can put down the, no, the other way. Okay, she did it the wrong way, but that's okay. So you
It might
want
be easier to compact it when it's already on the nori, guys.
like that. Mmm, so good. But see what happens if you're not, if your hands aren't wet, it becomes super sticky. So you gotta have your fingers wet. If your fingers are wet, then it's perfect. So then you put your piece of musubi on there like this, and then you can just fold this over like this. Beautiful musubi. You gotta try it, right?
Yep.
Mmm. Should have done ladies first, but you know, I had to go for it. What do you think? Amazing, right? Texture's so good, so flavorful. Well, we really love how the sweet, the sticky, the rice is nice and perfectly cooked, and the nori flavor all go together. It makes the perfect little bite, and you guys are gonna love it. So try it at home. Thanks for checking us out. We'll see you back soon.